Yeah, it's an art. It is a art to trust yourself. And it's an ongoing art. And I entitled this live The Art of Trusting Yourself with the magic thing, because we have the ability to hold it. We have the ability to grant ourselves our own wishes. We have the ability to trust ourselves to create what is meant for us in life. Hi, Tri Pearls. Nice to see you. You know, I have to say, I love when you Tri Pearls runs as soon as I sign on, as soon as the little light goes green, I see you and I love it. I feel it. I love it. I love the energy. It just adds to the vibrancy of my hair. So what's up? Thank you for being here. You know, it's going to be something good. And it's also, I love you too, really. I do. That's the side of my heart. And also you're aware that I just come on when I come on. I don't have a set time. So I recognize you. I see you. Thank you for being one of the first to come in. That means something. I like that. You know, I like a man that shows up, because you got to show up. You know, I close with showing up, but when you show up, I like that. And I don't know if you were in my live last night where I made my potato taquitos and more. Thank you for sharing the live and share it, liking the live and share it, because there's always a positive word, and this positivity is what strengthens us and brings us together. So share it if there's anyone who may need some hope. And last night I cooked some taquitos and some tortillas. There she is. And it was delicious. I did devour my taquitos. And I after this live, I'm going out to get produce, as I have shared before. I don't do much shopping. So good to see you, Decade 7. I see you, and I see when you come in too, because you remind me of the women that surround me with love. So I appreciate you. I love you. I'm here to inspire you, and I hope I add to your day and your life in some way. After this, I'm going to forage a little bit. There's an area where I know there's tons of mint. And anyone who knows mint, it takes over everything. So there's this restaurant I ride my bike past, and there's a lot of mint. So I'll pick up some mint. There's basil. There is a corridor here in Hawaii where people have planted herbs. So you can acquire lemongrass and basil and sage and thyme and fresh oregano, parsley, cilantro, salad leaves, salad greens, papaya. You can just go pick it. So I do that. And then I know it's very cool, because then I just I bring my little bags, I cut. And I only take what I need. And that's a big thing, even with life. I don't need a pound of cilantro. I only need X amount. I don't need 5 pounds of potatoes. It's me. So I usually only buy 3 to 5 at a time. And then once it's depleted, I can go refresh. However, that's important to me, to only take what I need. To know that I can always come back and replenish. No, I'm not a minimalist. Let's cross that out. No, more is more. And I like more. I like more. Okay. Did you hear me talk about the cake? Don't give me one piece of cake. Please put 4 to 5 pieces on my plate, wrap it up in foil, and let me walk away. Okay. So minimalist, no. However, I will take what is needed for myself, but no. Yes and no. That's the Tri Pearls. Okay, we're going to go into this. This is why I don't label myself anything, because if I label myself minimalist, that has to encapsulate everything that I do, and it's just not. It's just not. I have acquired this from my mother, where she says, if you like it, girl, buy it in every color. And I will. If I like it, I'm buying it in every color. However, I don't need like 18 pairs of headphones. I only need one great pair. So I will not grab onto that label of minimalist. I do like the best of whatever I acquire. However, I want more. Okay? I want more life, more water, more tea, more. Except with my vegetables. I only take what I need because it will be replenished. And I stated, I know some of the farmers, well, everyone, where I acquire my produce, and I either go and just pick whatever is blooming. Thank you for understanding. And what's available. So I get to receive my fruits, vegetables, most of them free of charge. And it's a barter system somewhat. So whatever I pick up, I cook, as I have been doing on TikTok, and I will deliver them a plate of whatever I've made. And this system is somewhat of a system of gratitude. It's all helping each other out, because I would not be able to prepare the beautiful food if the farmer or the person growing the food would not allow me to procure the items. So I'm grateful for it. And it means something to me to know exactly where my food comes from, specifically my fruits and vegetables. And I've spoken that I only eat fruits and vegetables from the island because they're grown in this soil. There she is. There he is. You weren't the first this time, but Mag, I see you. I'm glad to see you. I'm glad to see you. I always am. Nice to see you. Some of my normals showing up, and I love you, and I recognize you, and I know you trying hard, so I see you. I see you. And you show. Look at you. You learning. You listening. I see it. I see it. Yes. There's nutrients within this rich soil here in Hawaii that really infuses the food, the fruits and vegetables, and I enjoy that. And when I choose not to purchase the fruits and vegetables from the grocery store, at times there may be a loss of nutrients just from it being flown in or whatever is on it to have it in its freshest state. So I'm explaining all of this because it's all a part of it. I often meet people and they say, wow, you have so much energy. You look great. Sure. But it's all of it. It's riding the bike to pick the fruits and vegetables, the intention, the understanding of how someone grows this, me cooking it and having that imagination to creating something great, and me also ingesting this. Thank you, Miss Frankie D. And yes, very true. It makes a difference because, oh la la, c'est vrai. Yeah, it's a ritual, and cooking is a science. It is alchemy. I just posted what I made last night onto my YouTube because all of my lives, if you don't catch them, it's chicken salad. Superior. Yeah, I remember that. She was great for that. It's alchemy. Even what I posted onto my YouTube, which was my tortillas and my potato taquitos that I made on last night's live, it's now onto my YouTube page with the recipe in the description on YouTube. Hope is Speaking YouTube. However, I know it is a temple. It is. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Is it Fidicil or Fidical Health and Wellness? It is a temple. And seeing that your kitchen is the temple, because it is aiding to your life. It is creating. It is a movement. It is a prayer. It is what you're putting into your spirit, your soul, your body, and the expectation that you want out of that. And I speak love into all my cooking. I speak love and intense nourishment, and that this food will fuel the abilities of my body and aid to the healing in my body and aid to my muscles and aid to my bones and aid to my creativity. I speak this. I do believe. What's up, MC? I don't care. People are people. Like, okay, physical health and wellness. You'll hear me say this all the time. What's up, Jay? Woohoo! You hear? People are idiots. Or my father would say, most people are wimps. I will say, I believe that there are individuals that may not understand my practice. So what? The point is for me to understand it. The point is for me to feel confident in it. And the point is for me not to be sidetracked by anything outside of me that doesn't understand why I do what I do. That's it. That's it. That's it. And the ones that do understand is great too. I'm at a point where whether it's for or against, it's all neutral. And yeah, and in the moment, point to be the greatest version of yourself every day. And what does that mean? And how can I increase my greatness? Or how can I increase my awareness? How can I increase my trust? And that is the inspiration, trust. Because I really trust myself. I really love and like and respect and believe in myself. And that is okay if a person isn't at that place to say that with full confidence. Thank you for sharing the live. I saw you just share the live, and thank you for liking the live. How do we get to that place of loving, liking, and trusting ourselves? Why are we not at a place of loving, liking, and trusting ourselves? And the beauty of seeing where we may be in that journey. Because every time I speak, I say it always comes back to me. It always comes back to us. Yeah, exactly. That is beautiful. Thank you for doing that, because every time, and I'm referring to one of the comments in the chat who says that they produce weekly meals and juices and smoothies for their clients. And prior to delivering this nourishment that they have so intentionally prepared, they pray over it. And it could be just a speaking of, this will provide love. This will provide sustenance. This will provide whatever intention you put into anything, specifically food, it will manifest. And the beauty of remembering that, the beauty of taking that moment. I remember love and healing, which are just pinnacles in life. What's up, cool Aaron? What's up? What's up? I remember, and this is a part of me cooking. I was in a space where I ate at the dinner table with my parents and my sisters every day. There was no sitting in front of the TV. We would gather in front of the table. My mother would cook every day, and we would sit down and have a fresh cooked meal and talk about school and what was going on. And that real breaking of bread and saying God is love before we eat may have changed through the course of my life, but I still practice it. It's an intentional watering and feeding of myself, my soul, my spirit, whatever I choose to do in that day. And with cooking, I ask myself, what do I need? Have I been aiding in a lot of productivity? Do I need more iron because I'm a menstruating woman? How is my skin? Maybe I need to eat more for the clarity of my skin. How is my water intake? Maybe I need to eat something that is water rich. Maybe some dark fruits and vegetables such as eggplant or beets or purple cabbage. These are iron rich foods. I strive to eat as many colorful foods as possible in a day, be it carrots or squash or pumpkin or green foods or yellow foods, because every color aids to the body in some way. I believe in whatever. Like, I don't, Marley Marl, why? What is the intention? And or if you're ingesting the correct foods and ingesting the correct amount of hydration and moving your body, there's nothing stagnant. Nothing in my life is stagnant. So there's always healthy movement. So sure, I believe in laxatives. However, for me to utilize them is not necessary because of what I put inside my body. And also, stagnancy in your body could be indicative of stagnancy within your thoughts or your life, if that is a belief that you hold as well. I do believe at times things that show up within our body is something that may be going on in other parts of our life. If that resonates with you, great. If not, that's okay too. So yes, how food aids us. And I'm always specific about where I'm speaking of, but within the US, because I have lived outside the US and traveled extensively as a flight attendant for 15 years, health is wealth. Health is wealth. We may have become disconnected from food. And if you are hungry just to grab something because I'm hungry, well, wait, maybe you're not actually hungry. Maybe you're thirsty. Maybe you just need to hydrate. And possibly, especially with our bodies, a friend of mine said, I need to take some pain reliever. I had a headache. I said, well, you could, or ask yourself, are you thirsty? How much water have you had? Oftentimes a headache is indicative of being dehydrated. So before you go ahead and do what works best for you, I don't know. I'm not saying that I have the answer that is for you. I strongly believe that we know what's best for us. However, hydrate. Ask yourself, am I stressed out? That could lead to a headache. Am I worried about something? That could lead to a headache. Did I sleep well? That could lead to a headache. Have I been talking and around loud noises? That could lead to a headache. But to immediately seek something outside without asking what's going on inside may miss a mark. Maybe. I don't know. Sure. Yeah, stagnancy is something. And that's the art of trusting. Like, I can trust what I feel. I can trust what my body tells me. I can trust myself because I know it's me. I trust that I have what I need. I trust that something outside of me may not be able to aid me in the way that I can aid myself. And to carry that trust carries on in other ways. Thank you for the rose. Trusting yourself, and I often say this with my travels and all of the crazy things, not crazy, the chances I take. It's because I trust myself. I know I trust myself that it will work. It's not something outside of me. It's me. And it's a constant practice. Because there may be times where something will come up that says, Hope, do you really trust? Hope, are you fully relying on yourself? Hope, do you need other resources? Hope, is this new? And that's where that lack of trust is coming from. It's always something within myself that I can listen to. And that is the art of trusting yourself, and how easily it happens that we can be detached from the trust of ourselves, which is normal. It happens during life. It happens from what we've seen. Maybe our guardians, maybe our parents, maybe our family, maybe the environment, maybe the city, maybe the state, maybe something, a social structure, whatever it is. Because at times there are systems that rely on you not trusting yourself. And the beauty when you switch it and say, wait a minute, I can do this. Yeah, I'm glad you landed too. And let me share this with you, Fidical Health and Wellness, LLC. That is the first thing I do when I wake up. The first thing I do after my journaling, because before I present, before I speak, this is my vessel. This is my gift. This is how I'm aiding in my time in the world. That means when I wake up, I got to clear my mind. I may wake up and say, I want some tomatoes. Let me write that down and get that out so I'm clear. And then go into a meditation and center myself and program myself. I've primed myself for my day prior to me even leaving my room. It's that important to me. However, I get to guide this thing. I get to guide the direction of my day. I get to guide the direction of my energy or my life or my spirit or my soul. And that can start with meditation or prayer or stillness or journaling or whatever practice you find best for yourself. Yes, command your day. And I've spoken about this. I don't have my phone in my room. And this is because 15 years as a flight attendant, I always had to have my phone in my room. Furthermore, I was always in hotels. So this is relatively new for me to be on the ground. And I had a friend remind me, he said, Hope, you're getting used to being on the ground. Most of your life has been spent in the clouds, and it has. However, flying, and I have to say, my parents were positive. So I've been practicing this my entire life. However, most people could not survive as a flight attendant because besides the loudness in the airport, the movement, the loudness of the decibels on the airplane, the amount of energy you're coming across, the things that come up to you to be solved, the amount of movement, I get to dictate how I respond. So I made a conscious, deliberate effort to prime myself prior to leaving my hotel room, getting in the van, and going to the airport to be around passengers, people, and the environment. If I allowed one thing to take me off of this positive thought, baby, the whole day is done. It's finished, okay? Customer service is one thing. I would have to say, I only know the profession of aviation. It may be the same as with working in nursing, working in hospitals, working with that robust nature of people. But then add in time zone changes. Then add in lack of sleep. Then add in the anxiety from the lack of control from being on the plane. Then add in cultural differences, language differences, social structure differences. Then add in, yes, I am somewhat of a mindset coach because most people say it, but they ain't practicing it. Okay? And I'll say it again, I hear a lot of people saying it, but you're not practicing it. And you do not need to be a mindset coach to practice this every day. This is something that may be beneficial to every human being. Nothing is that deep and off-putting for you to step out of your cool, collected mode. And check this out. Fidical health and wellness. We all are. It's not that we need more. We all are. A coach just directs you, but we all have that ability. Sometimes you haven't been taught. Sometimes you haven't seen that example. Sometimes you just don't even know that you have the ability and the tools to do it yourself. That's a part of my trust. I know I have everything within me. There is nothing outside of me that can give me what I already have. Discipline, sure. But discipline to me is just repetition of a practice. That's it. This is also why I know I will always be successful. I will do it. I can hold myself accountable. I am a leader. I'm never going to ask you to do something that I won't do myself. There's the difference. I also excel with my communication. And communication is everything. And it's not just words. It's how you show up in life. It's your body movements. It's your facial expressions. It's all of that. However, a proper leader is not going to say something and then do the opposite. If they do, then maybe that's an element where they can work on. That's not a judgment for myself. This is how I see a leader. This is how I see my mindset. If someone has the ability to upset me, they have the ability to control me. And it is that important to me. If I have pledged to speak life and power and abundance and wealth and health and happiness and joy into others, that I have to do it for myself. It starts with me. Because I often say, I don't look and say, I need you to do this. If you did this, you would be better. I'm the change that I seek to see in the world. And we never know who's watching, even on these lives. You never know who's watching you. Kids are watching you, family are watching you, colleagues are watching you, students are watching you, neighbors. You never know who you are influencing. So for me, it's not about saying this is what you should do. I am only going to act as if I'm teaching. Because I'm teaching myself. Yeah, and those internal shifts and even the discomfort. I'm experiencing that now because I had shared over the weekend I had a fast and I set out to do a 3-day, 72-hour fast specifically for clarity with some beautiful opportunities that have been presented to me. And with that fast was meditation, and with that fast was with journaling, and with that fast was with quiet time with just myself, which is some of the most powerful magic, is being with yourself. The safety within yourself, listening to that, listening to whatever narrative that's in your mind. It's there for a reason. Now, if you choose to quiet it out by being busy or distracting, that's a beautiful space to be in as well. I don't see any of these elements as bad or negative. It's all just where we may be at the moment. However, recognizing, being aware, paying attention, being present and acting accordingly by trusting yourself is the answer for myself. I will often say this is my truth. It's a truth. It's not the truth. And I reflect that with everything I hear. Nothing is so rigid that I will say, this is it. This is it. Take it. No, it's not. I'm constantly learning more, and especially with my travels. So there is no rigidity for myself at this time. And maybe there is. I don't know. What's up, Tammy? Good to see you. Good to see you. Got new lipstick. I'm here for you, Tammy. Good to see you. However, this is because I've chosen to put myself. Can I control you? No, you can't. Why don't you color your brows? Because I love seeing you too. I have chosen to put myself in somewhat uncomfortable situations. That has birthed new elements of me. Now, I only say it was uncomfortable because prior to the experience, it was unfamiliar. Afterwards, it was just a lesson. So I often say, whatever seems uncomfortable, it's just a lesson. The discomfort is while you're learning it. Because once you've learned it, you now have that tool. You now have that lesson. And there's a different vantage point. You see it differently. Oh, it wasn't scary. It wasn't unfamiliar. It was just the lesson I had to learn. That's it. And I love the lessons. There's no failures. Listen, if you want to hear about failures, I got them. I like to fail often. I shared this with the live. I've always been intelligent and in these accelerated programs in school, and I was in a math, engineering, science gifted program from 7th grade to 12th grade and tested really high. I always knew it was me. It wasn't what the school is giving me. It's not the curriculum. It's not the teachers. It's what's within me. Now, that may bring it out. That may be a catalyst for some growth, but what I have is what I have. And because of that, I would ditch school. I was like this all the time. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Alec Wise. You look good in reddish lipstick. Thank you. Thank you. I love it. I see you. I love the social element. When they said Hope is a great student, she just talks. So what? Maybe that is the gift that brings me what I see in life. What's up? No. No. I flirt with life, baby. That's what you got to do. And I ain't no wifey to know it. I don't see a 8-carat VVS flawless diamond or my ruby. So whoever's saying wifey, I don't see it. Okay? But I'm glad to see you. So even with all of this smarty pants, I didn't even walk with my class for high school. And of course, they liked what I said. I told my niece that people, I talk a lot, but people like what I say. If they don't, they gonna walk away. Nobody wants, listen, I talk about the people that say, how's the weather? Don't ask me that. Don't ask me that. I do not like small talk. Do not come to me with small talk. If you ask me how the weather is, I'm going to hang up if you're on the phone. I won't even pick up your call. But I live in Hawaii. How do you think the weather is? It's beautiful. It's 84 degrees every day. Don't ask me that. Say, what delicious food did you make last night? Or tell me, what brought the thought for this hair color? Or what beautiful developments have transpired for you in this week? Don't you ask me about the weather. Come on now. Whomever, yeah, because they try, but then, as I say, I will leave you. And I will say this to all the women in the room. It's always me. And I don't speak negatively about the gentlemen in my life or have been in my life because they've been really amazing beings. It's me. Of course they would be. Tres Asani, what's up? What's up? However, this journey is for me, so I can love you, I can respect you, you can make me feel all warm and fuzzy, and I will still leave. When an opportunity comes for me to develop something for myself, I will still leave. Now, maybe that's because I haven't met that one person. I don't know. I meet them and they seem great, and then I'm still great. So no one has been great enough for me to say this is it. However, and I said this to my mother today, I believe there is. I would never walk through life and say there's not a person that's for me. There is. I believe that it's timing, because I still, and I'm not looking, I attract exactly what I need. I've attracted wonderful partners and gentlemen into my life that have aided in my development in some way. However, I don't seek it. It comes to me. What I need comes. And I truly believe there is a being that is perfectly put together for me, and we are still doing life, and the timing is about to match up. However, it's me. I'm still developing into that being that will be completely aligned with this perfect partner. Mr. Alec Wise, I am not familiar with that, so please enlighten me. In the meantime, I know it's there and I enjoy life. In the meantime, come on, throw out your best shot. Let's see. Because I'm very confident with myself. I'm confident, and I love having a friendship. However, I told a gentleman this. I'm confident with the friendships that I have. I actually don't need any more friends. So the moment you say we can be friends, we could, but I just choose not to. I don't need any more friends. I am fully immersed in my goals and my dreams and my development of myself, and learning about myself as a woman and a being and a human, and what I'm here to do. So I don't want to be your friend. I don't even need you in my life. However, thank you for asking if I could be your friend, and I hope you find someone that could be your friend. But my time is spent developing my gifts, and I love that you honor that. And yeah, I mean, I've created a great life, and I have great people around me. I have a great set of parents and a great support system, and people here in Hawaii and all around the world. And I enjoy my journey. I really enjoy my journey, and I entitled this The Art of Trusting Yourself because, yeah, Jordan Rick, yeah, but what does that mean? To be positive is great when everything's going great, but how positive are you when there's the eviction notice on your door? How positive are you when you say, I know this is true, and I know it is here, and everything seems to be falling apart, and it's coming together perfectly? That is the true test. That is the true test. Exactly. And I believe that. However, to see that in real action is the test. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, I've done that. Japan, France. Yeah. Now, I've done 60 plus, now 60, going more than 60 countries, and lived in quite a few, and I will be purchasing a home outside the U.S. very soon. I love that. And it comes back to just loving humans. I love talking to people. People are really interesting. And when I sat and I was quiet with myself, my belief is the gift in that divine timing of me being with another human being. It's not for me to find what I like about you, what I don't like about you, how I can judge you, how I can tell you you're wrong. My Father says everything in life is perfectly timed out. There's no coincidences. So every human being, there's something for me to learn. Something. So let me quiet myself, quiet my mind, listen, not think to react, listen. Maybe there's an energy or a lesson or a story or something profound that this other human being is adding to my life. I see humans as humans. And I've said this before, especially within the US. I feel an element of us not seeing each other as human beings. As us just seeing each other as a woman or black or bald or gay or rich or poor. No, we're humans. That causes a lot of separation. This is why I come on here to speak. This is my gift, and I'm no longer doubting it. I'm trusting it. I'm believing it. I'm going with it. And the doors that are opening from just this, where I feel I thought I was free, because I'm very free. I'm free in my thoughts. I'm free in my look. I'm free in how I present myself and my body. However, the freedom to trust what I believe has been given to me to aid is the most uplifting energy. And I'm still learning, because through my fast, I was enlightened to the fact that, sure. Yes, that I'm very aware of. I'm very aware of that. Thank you. And I'm going to add to this, Mr. Alec Wise, because of my travels. And I was raised in the Pentecostal church. However, I'm grateful that my parents would say, these are the tools we gave you. However, if you find other tools, use those. It wasn't, this is what you have to adhere to, and if you don't, then you're going to fail in life. No, that wasn't the case. So when I traveled and I was in Israel, which I've been to hundreds of times, and when I was in India, and throughout Europe and throughout Asia, and I saw all of these things, and people labeled it different things. Some people named it Buddha, some people named it Allah, some people named it God, some people named it Creator. What I found is there's some universal force. It's not for me to label it. However, I recognize it. I recognize that universal force. Whatever, thank you, Kyra, thank you. How you choose to label it, I'm open to that. I've seen so many places in how people practice their religions and their beliefs. However, I've just seen some universal force where I choose not to label the name. I know it's there. What's up, T? Within my home, I have the Bible. Within my home, I have the Quran. Within my home, I have the Torah. Within my home, I have the Bhagavad Gita, which is like the Hindu text. All of these texts. Now, these texts, I believe these books carry energy, but for me just to read the Quran, for me to read the Torah, for me to read the Bible again, for me to read all of these sacred texts and take away that label of whatever religions they come from, they all have some universal truths. that I am under the firm belief, when I take away that covering of this is the wrong religion, it's all saying some universal truths that are uplifting and is a part of this universal force. And that's the reason. It is universal. I have seen beautiful things in all religions. And I learned a lot, especially while living in London. I lived in East London, which was a heavy Bengali Muslim population. And so I learned a lot. I learned a lot through one of my friends lives in Jerusalem, and she is an Orthodox Jew and now has been living in Israel for over 10 years. And I would go to Tel Aviv often while I was a flight attendant and experience that and see. And I would jokingly say, especially to churchgoers, I was raised in a very musical Pentecostal church. Y'all don't believe as much as, if y'all believe like the Orthodox Jews, or how it operates in Israel, where you really rest, where buses aren't driven, bus drivers aren't driving the bus on Sunday. It's a day of rest. The airport, none of the concession stands are open because it's a day of rest. It was beautiful. It was beautiful and unique to see. In India, all of the beautiful holidays and a lot of the different gods from Hindu or Sikhism or Indian Jews, all of these things. I don't care about that, Amina. It's not about true to me. That is for your perspective. I am not here to label someone a true anything. That I don't have that power. Okay? So when you say those aren't true Jews, that may be true for you. That is not within my scope. My power is in my words. However, I don't have the power to label that. And rest is powerful. And I'm calling you in. I'm not calling you out. There's a big difference. That is something that that may be called in, because when we allow ourselves to label what is truth and what is not, even if so, it does not change it doesn't change anything for me. So, sure. However, from a space of kindness and love and compassion, sure. And so what? So what? The beauty is to see the oneness between us. For me. And in the thought of me putting a barrier, in some way I have put a barrier for myself. I don't choose to do that. I am a speaker of love and unity and harmony, and that is the energy that I seek to flow from me. And even saying this is, I like feel it. I'm not really at a loss of words, but I feel that because at times we are human beings and we are amazing beings. However, to limit ourselves in what we say and how we see things as the ultimate final truth, there may be something to learn from that. And then again, I'm still at the space of I don't know. I'm still, I've seen quite a bit. So for me to say this is definitely the truth and that's it, I don't know that. And even if so what? Who's keeping score? When do I know that the score is tallied? Who gets to deliver the trophy? Like, what is the ultimate outcome of me being the decider of anyone? There is no scorekeeper. There is no trophy. There is no one that I have to report to with these facts. Thank you, Cassandra. Thank you. Oof, I feel that. When I say this is my gift, I really speak to unite. I do not feel a barrier. In fact, my goal is to remove the barriers that we impose within others, but mainly within ourselves. Because why are those barriers there? What does the barrier keep in? What does the barrier keep out? Thank you. I feel you. Thank you, Cassandra. I'm doing it for you. I'm just being led and I'm listening. However, a barrier, again, ask yourself, okay, let's say that's true. Why is this barrier here? How is this helping me? How is this helping what's outside of me? What is this keeping in? What is this keeping out? If I remove this barrier, what does that mean? I don't know. I'm frightened. If I remove this barrier, does anything happen? If I remove this barrier, am I still who I think I am? It's that question, as I say, it all comes back to oneself. I'm not pointing, the only fingers I'm pointing is at me and what I've learned. And like I'm shaking because I feel this. I really mean this. I believe, thank you, Tammy. I believe, and this is for anyone that resonates and looks like me and shares this background, because I've seen a lot of countries and places and all of these things. There was a time where I thought I was searching for something that would aid to me in all of these places. It wasn't until I saw that it was me the whole time. And there is an element throughout this space, specifically in this country, where I believe there are reflections that look like me that don't truly see how beautiful you are, that don't truly see how loved you are, that don't truly see how liked you are, that don't truly see the bravery of what you are. And it shows in different ways. And I'm here to say you are loved, you are liked, you are brave, you are enough. To anyone who reflects me, looks like me, resonates with me, specifically in this country. Because the more that I traveled, and as I said, now it's 60 plus countries, how people respond to you outside of this country is not possibly how they respond to you in this country. And that says a lot, because it's not you. It may just be the system that you're in, but it's not you. There's nothing wrong with you. You are beautiful. Your skin is beautiful. The way you speak is beautiful. Your hair texture is beautiful. The music you create is beautiful. Your creativity is beautiful. Your body is beautiful. And know that. Exactly. Add on 57 plus. Add on almost 10 years of living outside. And that's only for me to come back and say, there's more than what you may have been programmed to believe about yourself. That's the message. Because it's not until you understand, oh, shoot, this has never been the truth. I am the truth. It's not what someone said. It's not how someone said I should act. It's not how someone said I should appear in the world. It's not how someone said I should talk. You talk how you talk. I was teased often in school. Well, not often, because I've always had this voice. And I have 4 sisters, and they were like my training ground for the school, so ain't nobody bothered me. But there were kids in school, exactly, I've been doing it since I was 22. They would say, Hope, you speak so proper, you speak white. Okay, you told me that yesterday. Why are you telling me that today? That was my response. In like 5th grade. You told me that yesterday. You standing here today and telling me that again today? Thank you, but don't tell that to me anymore. Now, my niece has been met with the same obstacle. From this perspective, again, you speak the way you're spoken to. So this is how I was spoken to in my household. My father is a fantastic orator. My mother is gracious, but she can scare you. When she would say, girl, get in this house, I would run into the house. She still strikes fear into the marrow of my bones. However, they were always prolific orators, and everyone in my family felt like they were always telling a story. Now, when I recount that time, it's more so of someone saw something that they didn't have. So you may be teasing me because this is foreign to you, which is okay. That makes sense. Exactly. And that's okay. This is what kids do. It doesn't, as I said, I wasn't teased often. In fact, I was never teased. Outside of this, I was never bullied. That wasn't something that I ever had. My words were always my sword, and I am a wordsmith. I can talk myself in and out of everything. I'm also fast. I'm a runner. I'm not sticking around. If you say you're going to hit me, I'm out of here. Like there's what, I'm gone. And I remember this one time, this girl, Alexandria, I thought she was my friend. She was big and she came out with her 2 little cronies, as my mom calls them. And like, I'm not sticking around for this. I'm out of here. I see you doing this like in the movies. You're at least 5 inches taller than me, 100 pounds more than me with your 2 cronies. I ran so fast. I jumped over the fence. I ran my butt home. I'm not staying around for this. You think I'm going to stand around to see you do this with your fist and come up to me? Ain't no way. I'm out of here. I'm not going to have that story at all. Okay? So, we are all more than what we know ourselves to be, especially in this country. Now, you may not know it. I'm here to tell you, you are. But we are all more than we see ourselves to be. We are. We've gotten to this moment. We've gone through these things, and I'm here to help you. Listen, I've done a lot. When I say I've been kicked out of countries, I was almost arrested in Kuwait City. Now that is like frightening, okay? A bill not being paid, come on, I could get over that. I don't want to. When I was almost arrested as an American woman in a country like Kuwait, yeah, that was frightening. That I learned from. A bill, come on now. I've been in some real situations, okay? Yeah. When I was ran over by the motorcycle in Buenos Aires, getting lost in Beijing and not reading Chinese characters, racing in London with all of these supercars at like 25 with a Bugatti and a Lamborghini and a Porsche. Like, this is crazy. It's just what I created in my life. How are you supposed to find out what you're supposed to be? I believe you know. Now, you may be denying it, but you know. I believe you know when you are still, when you're quiet. Sometimes it's in the shower. Sometimes it's right when you wake up. Sometimes it's when you go to sleep. Sometimes it's when you feel really good about yourself. Maybe after a great meal or a workout or a walk or playing with your dog or kissing the person that you love. You know. You know. At times you've been denying it your whole life. Your whole life. Think about it. Now, it may not be, listen, it doesn't have to be this life-changing thing. It could just be, I'm the best person to cut trees, or I am uniquely gifted at being able to communicate with family members or my kids or the people in my community, or I'm uniquely gifted to seeing how things can be assembled, or I'm great at driving. I love to drive. I could teach people how to drive. Shoot, I can show people how to drive. Maybe I can put YouTube videos on how to drive. It's that simple. This is my gift. This is how I show up. Now, I'm great at a lot of things. However, this is the umbrella for it. Thank you, Tucker. When I sat down and wrote out, I'm great at cooking. I love to cook. Okay, that could be a hobby. I said in 10 years, I'll go to Le Cordon Bleu or the Culinary Institute in France or something and get my certification. Okay, I'm great at sewing. Okay, do I want to be a designer? No. Okay, I'm great at running. Do I want to be a professional running? No. Okay, I'm great at doing skincare. Do I want to be an esthetician? Nah, I thought about that and no. Okay, you're not struggling. Take that word out. You are finding out what it is. So let me read your comment. You said, I've struggled to find out. You're not struggling. I'm taking that word out. You are finding out what it is. The second sentence, that leads me to doubt myself. Let me correct that. That leads you to yourself. All of those things, you don't have to doubt yourself. It's not for you to know in this moment, but a part of you knows it. That's why you're questioning it. The point is to listen. I often say, write it out. Yeah, reframe it. Wait a minute, I'm not struggling. I'm just figuring it out. I'm not doubting myself. I'm just getting back to myself. The journey is always back to ourselves. And you are good at something. It's not that you have poor self-esteem. You're just getting back to yourself. And that happens for us to get back to ourselves. Maybe there was relationships or traumas or things that transpired that got us to this space where, hey, I don't even like myself. I'm not doing anything right. I hate this job. I don't like who I'm around. And it's because of me. Or, you know what? Because of that relationship, it led me to see that I was gaining someone's attention because I want attention. Oh, maybe that's what I had to do with my parents. Maybe I had to seek their approval, and I'm still seeking approval of partners or people in my life to feel good about myself. But if I feel good about myself, then I don't need to do those behaviors to gain the approval from others. It's all of that work, but It starts with us. Sometimes it starts with a religious text. Sometimes it starts with a meditation. Sometimes it starts with just writing down, what am I good at? Yeah, what am I good at? Thank you for liking and sharing the live. Take a piece of paper. What do I like to do? That's a good indicator. When I had the plane that almost went down, but it didn't, because I'm here, that changed my life. And I believe all of these things came into my journey to show me parts of myself. And when I had a emergency landing from a left engine failure on the plane I was flying on, I took 3 months off, and I often take time off. My father was big with that. I'm big with rest. You will never hear me say, hustle, hustle, hustle. No, we ain't doing that. I don't even believe in that spirit of like, just work hard. Work in your most comfortable way. Because burnout is not, that's not the intention. I do believe in a focus, intentional, directed flow of productivity. I don't even use the word work. I will say productivity. I am productive between Monday through Thursday. I've been very productive today. Oh, I like the productivity. That's how I've reframed it. I don't use the word work. I never have. When I flew, I loved to travel. I love to create solutions. I love to talk to people. That's what I did as a flight attendant. And you're going to pay me to do this. And I'm great with money. And money loves me. And I love to spend money. And I love to invest money. And I love to see money flow and grow. So it always comes to me. I'm not afraid of it. I'm not fearful of it. I trust myself with it. I say these things. Because money to me is just an energy for exchange. It doesn't add to who I am. It doesn't take away from what I am. It doesn't make me a bad person. It doesn't make me a good person. It's just an energy of exchange. I'm safe with it. I trust myself with it. And prior to flying, I was a makeup artist, which I loved, and I traveled doing that because I thought I wanted to get into that. And right before I started flying, I was about to enroll in aesthetic school to do skincare and go into building a skincare line. I only do things that I love to do. Otherwise, why am I doing it? For some money? That will cause a disconnect. Yes, you are. So act like it. Act like you are here for a reason. I say that. My father's a Vietnam vet. He flew the Hueys. He was an airline pilot. He was a pilot and taught, was a flight instructor. There seems to be, thank you. There seems to be a reason why he never went down in a fiery blaze and met my mom, and now I'm here, and there's a reason. So be the reason why you're here. When I had the emergency landing, I said, there is a reason why I'm here. And this thing called life, I can continue to fly around and go here, and I'll meet you in Milan. Let's have a pizza. And then I'll meet you. Oh, there's a wedding I'm going to in Nigeria. And let's go to see the cherry blossoms in Japan. And then I'll meet you on the Gold Coast in Australia. And then I'll come see you in Beijing. We'll get dumplings. Sure, I could do that for the rest of my life. Or I can aid in my voice and give back. I had to make a choice. But I listened and I said, there's a reason why I'm still here. There's a reason for this life. And there's a reason that it goes like this. I was on the plane and I had someone transition in my arms. I've had 3 deaths, unalivements on my flights. Most flight attendants had never seen that. I said that was put in my journey for a reason. It changed my life. I don't take this lightly. When I come on here, it's like I'm talking to a stadium of 5,000 people. This is why I'm here. This is why when you see me cook and you feel this energy, it's very intentional. I've primed myself for this. I loved flying, but I said, I gotta leave. You're welcome. I gotta leave. I'm ready. I've done 15 years. I've learned the languages. I've seen the lessons. I've seen the lands. I've talked to the people all over the world. It's time for me to go give back. But Hope, you're gonna leave flying? Yeah. But Hope, this is the best job. So what? Hope, you can have all the days off you want. So what? Let me tell you, I just booked. I have something about that. I'm so excited. I won't say it yet, but there's something with Hope and a TED Talk. You'll learn about it very soon. Hope, what else are you going to do? I can do all things. If I'm made in its image, I am the creator. I am the creator. I'm not going to sit here and talk to y'all. Y'all are telling me your limitations. I would never leave flying. What else would I do? Great. That's your limitation. That's not me. I'm leaving so someone else can come in fresh and new who is just as excited as I was. But there's something new for me to build. So when I took the retirement in 2020, it was with full intention of being here. Is that easy? Maybe. I don't know. I don't think in easy and hard. I just go. I just do it. Because maybe this encouragement is needed to be heard to change someone's life. Maybe it has to be seen by me with these beautiful red nails and this hot pink hair and this glowing skin. Maybe, but I gotta do it. I can't doubt myself. I just gotta go. And that's what you've seen. And it was never, okay, I'm going to retire and then do something in the meantime. Nah, I'm going to make this work. I'd already invested. I got the money, but I'm not even thinking about the money because I'm connected to something bigger. This fulfills me. So the financial reward is there anyway. I'm not going to worry about the money. The money is already there. In fact, for me to worry about the money means I'm not truly in my firmest stance of faith and power. And that's what you're seeing now. That's what you're seeing. There is no outside source of, let me keep a side job until this. This is full faith. This is it. Where did I land? Where? Like, where did I land? Where? Just a bit more clarity, and I would be happy to answer you. So, that's me. This is it. It's so fulfilling because when I go and I speak here on the island of Hawaii, and I've secured other speaking events and online. The engine failure, my intended landing was in Dulles, Washington, D.C., and we had taken off in SeaTac, Seattle, Tacoma, Washington. You're welcome. And thank you, Cassandra, for clarifying for Kyra. The intention was to leave from Seattle, fly cross country to land in D.C., but the left engine went out, so we made an emergency landing in Great Falls, Montana. Furthermore, this was in May, and I was supposed to be laying over in like Miami and Austin and San Diego. All I had was like cutoff shorts, booty shorts, workout clothes, and bikinis. There was like snow on the ground in Montana. That's the other part of the story. We're in an emergency landing, and I always usually keep, oh yes, I'm in Hawaii now. Yeah, thank you. I try to specify because the stories are all in different places. I'm currently in Hawaii. I moved to Hawaii in 2019, and I fell in love with Maui when we came here as a family when I was 12. And then after my emergency landing, I started saying, where do I want to live? And I had crossed off everywhere else. I kind of wanted to live in New York, but I had already done it. I wanted to live in London. I already did that. I wanted to live in Paris. I already did that. I wanted to live in DC. I already did that. Okay, where do I want to go now? Where is it now? I've done all the best cities in the world. Where do I want to be now? I love being outside. I'm an outdoor girl. I do not care. Well, let me not say that. I do love to shop. However, if you take me on a hike to a waterfall, le cœur c'est complète. Le cœur c'est complète. My heart is full. I love the outdoors. My father loved the outdoors. He would take us fishing in the Sierra Nevadas and hiking into Yosemite. And because my father loved the outdoors, we would take these beautiful road trips. And I've done the Grand Canyon and Old Faithful and the Grand Tetons and you name it, most natural park within the U.S. I'd been to before the age of probably 12 or 15, as well as most states. My father loved to travel, so that's where that came from. Thank you, Still Good, for sharing the live, and thank you for liking the live. Please continue to like the live. So that's where even my love of traveling and my lack of fear of traveling, I can get around and I'm confident with myself. And now we have Google Maps. I don't need no one. Back in the day, you needed the AAA guidebook and a map. I have my phone. But that doesn't work everywhere. And I shared a story about that because it works here, but it doesn't work everywhere. And you learn that traveling. If you're like in most of Central America, it doesn't work because someone has to actually go and capture this for Google Maps to have the correct coordinates. So parts of Asia, like it doesn't work all around the world. So don't depend on it all. Then that's where your brain and like knowing the sun and the direction, north, west, east, and south helps. However, this was intentional to come here. I've done the cities. I've lived in every major city. Yeah, you don't have to hate that anything. All of my lives are on my YouTube, Hope is Speaking. If you miss me, go check it out. I'm always talking on there. Thank you. I will. Thank you, Vega Velez. Thank you. And I hope the encouragement builds within you because you're worth it. And you know it. Kyra, of course. I already know that. That doesn't need to be said. That's an assumption. I'm intensely articulate and intelligent. I know that. Not everything works for everyone. That makes sense. Not everyone is the same. So, yes. However, it doesn't mean that it won't work. So there's also that element. And when I'm brought with that, someone will say, well, not everything works for everyone. Sure, but have you seen if it works for you? That's not in a place of power. So after the emergency landing, the intention was to come here. I love the outdoors. I also like how I feel here. I don't feel that element that I feel on the mainland, and it's the closest element of how I felt when I lived outside the US, and it's a lot different. There's a safety element. There is a element of almost feeling invisible, which sometimes people of color don't always feel that. Sometimes people of color feel like they're always being watched or they don't have a feeling of being invisible. I feel that here, and I felt that outside of the country, which I like. But that also is within the mind, and that's something that I've already cleared within myself. And I do feel a connection with, that's element of freedom is one of the wealthiest feelings that can be felt. In every way. I don't go anywhere. I never walk in a space with the expectation that I'm not welcomed in that space, that others don't want me in that space, that I'm possibly at harm in that space. I don't carry that. However, that's taken work. And that is something that I would offer to any individual, to release yourself from some of the strongholds that aren't necessarily helpful for you. The connection with the Hawaiian people, it is quite a similar culture from people that I'm derived from, and elements of my history that I don't know, because we only know what we know, but we know so many people. Any tips with what? Still good. Any tips with what? And you're not struggling. Remove that word struggle. You're not struggling. You're just learning. Even the exchanging of that word, there's nothing you're struggling with. It's just what you're learning in the moment. But I will give some tips if you can clarify what tips you would like. And then I'm going to close this out because I am like getting rid of all my clothes. They no longer resonate with me. I've shifted, and a lot of my clothes are vintage designer. I'm big into secondhand, so I consign a lot of my clothes, and the rest I'm donating. Whatever I don't love, it's going. Okay, so it starts with you. It starts with the question of, why don't I feel welcomed? Start with that. Did I tell myself that I'm not welcomed? Did someone actually physically tell me? Were they right? Is this just a system? Is this something that I can take off? Start that unraveling with asking, why don't I feel welcomed? Because Google Maps doesn't work all around the world. That's what I said. It doesn't work. It works somewhat well in the US, but I almost drove into a river when I was in Costa Rica, and throughout like Africa and South America, it doesn't really work. There's other things that work. The best way is to download a map. You're welcome. But especially specifically as a Black woman, ask yourself, why don't I feel wanted? If you believe that someone told you you don't deserve to be there, who was that person? If it wasn't really a person, okay, then why do I believe this? Why do I continue to believe this? Why does this help me? Why does this not help me? How can I unlearn this? How is this relevant in every day of my life? Because that's how it starts. That unraveling starts with that question. And it's a journey. I'll just say that it's a journey. It is not immediate. It is the fact that you ask and you start saying, oh, okay, I can affirm myself in every space. I can feel okay being seen in every space. I am okay saying I'm worthy of every space. Why do I need someone to affirm my worthiness in a space? Oh, maybe that's been just the element that I've heard in this society. But is that true for me? Why is this true? How can I make this not true? Is this true 100% of the time? It's starting that. Just start that. Because you will see how it was implemented. But then you may see, oh, I can just unravel this. And it's a lifelong process. And it's helpful to be as gentle and kind with yourself. Be as gentle and kind with yourself in this process. I will say this again. The most helpful element is to be as gentle. You're welcome. Still good. Gentle and kind with yourself. Know that I am your friend already. it has always been here for you. It's that passage back to like, oh, whoa, it was always me. Even these systems that I felt were like this, I always had the power to undo it. And it takes time. Girl, this has been years. And it was easier for me to do this when I lived outside the US because I did not have that constraint of whatever the US is. However, you can do it here and it's worthy of you. And the fact that you asked means you've already started. And it's freeing. It is. I don't walk around saying people hate me. They don't want me here. Everybody wants hope around. Okay. And I'm not even looking for the sustaining evidence of people not. I'm content within me. I show up everywhere with love and respect in every space. I won't even see if you don't have love and respect because I don't see that. It's not of my energy. And this goddess-like thing, I only feel the best. Okay? So start there. That's a beautiful question. And I may speak about that more because I understand that completely. I'm proud of you for asking that. It's a beautiful journey. So the art of trusting yourself is that, and I am your friend, user 578. Trusting that you can get back to that space of comfort. It may take some unraveling, but that's okay. What you learn from that is really powerful in itself, and how you're unraveling will help others because someone may see it. You don't always have to tell people this is what you do, this is what I did. People see it. And you'll grant them access to do it for themselves. So that's also a poignant point that I stand on, because often I will see comments of saying, well, people should do this, and people are people. People do what they want. The fact that you're looking at people and saying what they're doing is taking away from what you can be doing for yourself. Quit expecting anything out of people. People are just showing up as them. Allow the beauty of them to show up without you having to coach them. You don't need to coach people. People know how to figure things out themselves. They do. Right? They do. If they need your help, they'll ask. And if they ask, check in. Do I have the tools? Am I the person that this person needs to help? Do I even have the space for this? Do I even want to do this? And then go for it. But you don't need to just volunteer your help, because some of y'all ain't in the position to help. You're not. You haven't even done the work yourself. And that outward of I gotta help is often the lack of the help that you're giving yourself. Maybe. Aloha, maybe. Okay? So, I will close with that. You are the art, so trust yourself. You are the masterpiece, so trust yourself. You are the artist, so trust yourself. You are the proprietor of everything you seek, so trust yourself. It's yours. And as much as I'm saying it on here, I'm saying it to myself. I'm in this journey too. I'm right here with you, firmly pointed in the direction towards the dream and the goal for me, and firmly in my power, and feeling empowered, and standing in the roots of faith. Because why not? Why not me? It's made for me. Why would I doubt myself? Of course it's here. I'm past the point of saying it's on its way, it's coming. Nah, it's here. I've received. I've done everything I need to do. So now it's time for me to drink some tea, hop on my bike, rest, and receive. And imperfection is perfect. So the seeking of it being perfect, there's so much perfection and imperfection. What is perfect? Perfect is boring. Imperfection adds. So see the beauty in you. Be nice. There's times, I guess, to be hard on yourself. I understand pushing and having a directed focus in a direction. However, be kind and make it look good. So Be the reflection of love for what you are, because good night. I will. Thank you, Cassandra. Good to see you. With honey. Maui honey. Yes. In fact, I have a Maui dealer. I have a honey dealer. I got a guy. I got a guy for everything. I have a honey dealer who tends to the bees at the macadamia nut trees, and that's where I get my honey from. So I got a honey dealer. Y'all may have some other dealers. I got a guy. I got a honey dealer. Be their reflection of love for what you are, because we all are infinite beings of love. or reflections of each other. Honey is great for you. Honey is great, honey, and being around the bees is great. Even the buzz of the bees does something to your hearing, and it like realigns something in your brain. Show up, because I'm showing up. I always show up. I say show up. And is this your phone number, Kith Barrett? Did you just put your phone number? I don't call. I don't call. I give mine and they call me. So if that is your phone number, I am not going to call it. That is the absolute worst way. If you are trying to like reach out to me, you aren't it. You aren't it. The perfect energy, gentleman, kind human being that would be aligned to me would know this. So that's okay. You're just not it. Be the reflection of love for who you are, because we are reflections of love. Show up. I'm showing up. I showed up. All you gotta do is show up. The rest is taken care of. Make it look good. You see, I always have my different ear screws. My grandma would call them ear screws. She didn't call them earrings. She, girl, don't get my ear screws. So I'll call them ear screws. Make it look good when you show up, and start trusting today. Even if that's, I trust how I'm making this bread. I trust how I'm making this sandwich. I trust myself. Tell yourself, I trust you. I love you. Start there. It's these small incremental things. It's not overnight. Pray about it. Meditate on it. Journal it. Say it out loud. I trust myself. Start. And you're so worthy of it. This is why I come on to speak. Maybe you just need to see someone with pink hair and a nice smile come and tell you that you're worthy of it. You're worthy to trust yourself. You are the masterpiece. And there's a quote that I heard: you are a masterpiece because you are a piece of the master. And that could be whatever you deem master, whether it's God or Buddha, whatever. But you are the masterpiece because you're a piece of the master. So that's my message. And I share with you, I come on twice a day. This is the first time I came on today. Then I go and I'm productive. I'm going to hop on my bike and do what I need to do. And I come on again with another word later in the day. I do not have specific times because I do what I want when I want. I'm building my life specific to me. So I don't have specific times. So if you see me, come catch me. But if you don't, you can go to my YouTube page, which is Hope is Speaking on YouTube, daily TikTok lives. I upload every single live onto my YouTube. So you can go, and they're all at least an hour. This one's a little over an hour and a half. Some of them are up to 4-6 hours. Some I spoke for like 6 hours. So that is another element. Yesterday, I uploaded the most amazing day meditation or affirmations. So I also have those on my page where I start my day with affirmations and journaling. And yes, deep breaths. It does. Oh, I love deep breaths. And I also go to the ocean and take those deep breaths of the salt water, which is clearing. So there's that, and I'll be uploading more of those because I'm only doing and producing what I like. I do love meditation. I do like my voice. It's soothing. I do like, yeah, that's what's up. Affirmations. All of my meditations, or the ones I uploaded yesterday, is all little videos of Maui. It's all things that I've recorded from the oceans or hiking or just the island, because I'm grateful that I'm here, and I'm grateful for all the beautiful scenes that I've seen around the world. However, now my goal is for others to see what I've seen. And I had a thought of being on the Amalfi Coast and seeing that fantastic, getting better, hydrated, happy, healing, full of money, full of prosperity, and full of beauty, and maybe a nice, handsome gentleman. That's how my day is. And I had a thought of seeing the sunset while I was on this boat looking at the Amalfi Coast in Italy, and how beautiful it was. But my goal is to have my mom there with me, my dad, my family, my friends. How beautiful is that if everyone's there to see it? Because the picture doesn't do it justice. I want everyone to see it. I don't want to just tell you. I don't want to just show you a picture. I want you to see it too. So those are the images that I have. That was with my last, the most perfect, amazing day. Yeah, family is great. That's fantastic. I love to hear that. So is mine. I spoke to my mama this morning, and she just invigorates me. I love my mother, and I love the foundation that I have. However, I'm here until I'm not. So you can catch me on here. If you don't catch me on YouTube, catch me on the bike, catch me, because I'm going. As I've said, I'll leave. I will leave you, because there's more life out there for me. Thank you. I'm very happy. I'm feeling really good. Wow, how blessed. I'm believing that she's 90 and not 9-year-old. But maybe clarify. That's beautiful. What a full life. I'll have to come speak to her. I love talking to anyone over the age of 80. I love talking to everyone, but I love talking to people with that age, because they have some stories, baby, and they have some upliftment and some magic that I love in my life. Oh, where are you going? Oh, you're going camping. How lovely. The last time I went camping, and I'm going to share this and then I'm going to go. My sister volunteered me, because we were all Girl Scouts. She volunteered me to go with my 8 or 9-year-old niece at the time for her Girl Scouts trip. She volunteered me. Nice. Okay. I did not know what camping was when I used to camp with my dad when I was a kid, or with Girl Scouts. Is completely different from me as an adult. Like, I'm glad I was there with my niece, but I'm going to leave it at that. And I actually had edibles, because I was feeling rocks in my ribs as I was laying in the tent. I didn't have a mat. It was just like, I'm glad I had edibles with me. However, we had a great time, and that was the last time I've camped. Yeah, I would do that too. And there's so many great things that you can find for camping on Amazon. My sister just found, I found a tent. It's like a 3-bedroom tent, and I'll be camping at the beach, but I'll also be traveling a lot. I'll be in the Mediterranean for most of the summer and just around. So as you'll see me moving around and some new scenery. So I'm excited. I'm excited to show you hope in the skies and all of that. Oh my gosh, I looked into that 2 years ago, buying a bus, as well as containers. I was very close, and I still may buy two 40-foot containers and make a container home. Yeah, I looked into that. I actually looked into everything and priced it out because there was a bus here. However, Hawaii has some interesting laws with that. So technically it's not a bus, technically it's not a home, so it can't be parked somewhere. And oh, I'm going to follow you. I'm going to talk to you more about that. Because I will have a school bus home, a schoolie bus in my arsenal of stuff. Really cool. Really, really cool. I love it. Thank you, Tammy. I'm going to message you about that because that's so cool. Can I come see it? Can I come see it? If you say yes, you know, I still have all my flying benefits since I retired. So if you say yes, I will show up, okay? I will show up with a smile and with some tea. So that's it. Thank you, Tammy. I really appreciate every time you come because you give me great feedback and I love it. Same with Fun with Pearls. What is it? You ran over here. And there's a few of you hopefuls. I call all of my supporters the hopefuls. Thank you. I appreciate that because this is my dream. So you'll be seeing how I'm building the dream and me speaking to more people, and it's all going good. It's only getting better. So enjoy the rest of the day. Check out my YouTube, Hope is Speaking, and be beautiful. Make it look good. Glow. And that's it. Ciao. Thank you.